everybody.
Welcome to the Relishing Dead, where we devour everything in the TWD universe. And I am Barb.
And I'm Carol.
And tonight we have to say we are going to miss Aliza and Dawn since they had previous commitments. So they won't be joining us tonight. But we are talking about the episode, the season finale of Daryl Dixon Coming Home, episode 6. But before that, you all know that we had an auction this past Friday night for Chryseis, Joe, Natasha, and Noah. And we bring our hearts out onto the page here saying how thankful we are for all the donations. Carol?
It was amazing. I mean, you guys are so badass. I've said it before and I'll say it again. What happened Friday night was just crazy. And for it to happen twice is just unheard of. I mean, what this family did Friday, insane. Yep. That's all I'm saying.
And we have everybody's, Carol made an awesome slides of all the winners. And I don't know if it had the total on there or not, but did it have the total of what we had?
Yeah, it was $10,000.
And altogether, 19,000. So we thank everybody.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yay. Good job, guys.
Yes, Friday was very magical and moving. We really are a family from Destiny.
Yes, we are Destiny. So sorry, guys, that we're going to have to do this just me and Barb tonight. So we may be looking down at our phones or looking at other places so that we can keep things going because we don't have all four of us here to do all of our stuff. So are you ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, let's just dive in.
Woo! So yeah, here I'm sitting watching going, oh, look at this. And I knew the story behind this, but I was just looking at all the dead people going, Carol must be back.
I should have put a little thing on there. Carol was here.
Yes, Carol was here. That's what I said. Carol was here, you know, even though I knew the story about his grandfather and stuff, it just, the vision to me was like, Carol was here.
Yeah.
So.
Just left in her wake.
Yep.
And again, these are supposed to be the soldiers that washed up on Normandy, reliving Daryl's grandfather's story. All right, let's just get into these walkers and this whole arena thing. Can we?
Absolutely.
I mean, to tell you, Daryl is this man, he kicked ass and he took names.
Yep.
The walker that was the first one that came out that had the one that's got the dart in its neck, he got burned again. And I loved the fact that he grabbed that flag and impaled that walker and just flung him over.
I forgot about that.
Oh, great.
That's a great shot.
I know. I loved it. I thought that was just funny as heck. He was just kicking ass.
Yeah. And I knew in the moment that he got handcuffed, I'm like, wow, instant. Yep, right back to the governor and Merle fighting.
So there we have that slide. And I think according to a lot of the people that we've already talked to tonight, prior to going live, they had the same reaction.
Yeah, they got a lot of callbacks, like they were saying in this episode, a lot.
Yeah. And the reason that I left that the line on the bottom there was because it says, let him find refuge under your wings. And who do we know that wears wings?
I don't know.
Huh.
I didn't think of it.
I thought that was very brilliant. Yes.
The scene that got me though was the absolute back-to-back with Quinn and Daryl when it was Merle and Daryl too, because there was a scene there that they had back-to-back that just was like spot on.
Yeah. And I watched that episode today just to get this shot. And Merle says, follow my lead.
And so, yep.
Daryl says that to Quinn.
Yep.
So I thought that was even a verbal callback. I thought that was kind of cool.
Absolutely. I thought of that too. And Sandy said, nice. I missed the wings.
If you guys, if you guys had watched after the episode, and Barb, I know you haven't had a chance to watch it, but at the end of this episode, there's a thing where they interview the cast and the crew and all of that. And one of the wardrobe ladies is talking about what they did to Daryl's vest to make it so that Daryl wouldn't want to wear it. And they said, I mean, they just shredded it and cut it, and they did all sorts of crazy stuff and made it look like it had been, bogged down in the ocean and all this stuff. So you see his vest, you just haven't really seen him wear it that much.
Right. I don't think he wore it at all. He's put it in his backpack every time.
I know, it's like the vest is like another character. So I loved this scene where they're both working together and they're pulling the chain to pop that walker's head off. Mm-hmm. And the picture on the right where they're going after the other walker is going after this walker.
Yep.
So walkers are attacking each other now?
Correct. Yep. Whatever they're injecting in them, and I think that, I don't know if that was in another interview that I had heard, but they're injecting them with something that actually makes them just as crazy enough just to attack each other.
I gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting that this is having that kind of effect, that they're attacking each other and basically anything that moves.
Well, and I want to say it was probably a YouTube video. It was a YouTube video. Somebody said that maybe that was their plan, that the only way, it was probably in the show too, the only way to take out the threat is by the threat itself. So maybe the walkers, take out each other.
Right.
From whatever they're injecting in them.
Oh, thank you, Anne. We appreciate that. All right. So I love this.
Toss it.
I was yelling that at TV. I'm like, throw it at the bench. I thought that was fantastic. Oh my God. And when it was so satisfying when he chucked it up there. So yeah, good job, Daryl. Yep. Super proud of you, dude. Because that's exactly what I would have done.
And you see her jump right up out of her chair.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that, did you?
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say is, did you notice that this walker had a metal plate?
Yes.
On its head too?
Because Quinn kept trying to hit him. Yeah.
Right. I mean, maybe not a direct callback to Winslow, but close enough. Okay. I knew that this was going to come back to be a skill for her. The whole pickpocketing thing.
Okay, I couldn't tell the picture.
Yeah, so when Laurent is attacking the guards, they're trying to put them in the cell, and Laurent is attacking the guards. And, she uses that opportunity to lift the keys.
Right.
And I kind of had a feeling that we were going to get that. And Kiki said Eugene smelting the walkers for that walker with the
oh yes
keys. I didn't even think about that, Kiki. You're right.
Yep.
All right. There we go. There's another callback.
Take it off.
Yeah. And again, a lot of people that I've talked to today, they've all had that callback as well. It reminded them of Merle's hand.
Right.
So that was, and I wonder if Daryl was thinking of that too.
I was just going to say that earlier in the arena scene. Like, I wonder if he thought the same thing with him and Merle, having those memories. So I'm sure he did. Well, I guess they do it because of that too, because of the callback. So he's obviously expecting it.
Yeah. Oh, there's Carol's knife.
Yeah.
Again.
It's in this episode so many times. Yeah. Not that it's her knife, but.
I think it has been a Easter egg leading up to her showing up throughout the whole first part of the season.
There was a point where I heard it drop, and they just went to the floor and just showed that knife, nothing else around it or anything. And then he picked it up and gave it to Izzy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't think they've ever done stuff like that before. Sorry, I was reading a comment.
I know, I was too.
Destiny, don't write books. We don't need quiet time.
Feels
Book
like the
warning.
whole time he's been in France, he reminisces on the past and everyone back home. Yep, I would agree. Okay, so I had a question about this.
Okay.
So the car, they're having an issue with the car. And of course, first off, when Sylvie asks Daryl, have you ever been in love? Daryl doesn't answer,
Right.
which I thought was interesting.
You know what my thought on that was?
What's that?
I'm thinking maybe he did have a love before any of all this started, like a high school sweetheart or something.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
And just let me know if you think what this scene reminds you of as well. But go ahead.
So my question was, and of course, this is we're 11 years into the apocalypse,
Yeah.
and there are no other vehicles on the road. Why did Daryl have to look for a place to park? He could have just stopped right there in the main road, dude. He didn't have to find a place to park.
I don't know.
I don't know why, but it struck me weird.
Okay, that is weird.
Yeah.
I was the really, I mean, I know it's not a big callback, but the Denise and him driving in the car and he couldn't drive the stick shift.
That's what Sandy just said. She said the car reminds me of the Denise episode.
Sorry. Said at the same time.
Yeah, Sandy said, Carol, I thought the same thing. Why not just stop? Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me that he had to find a parking place.
Right. I think he needed to feel hidden from anything possibly following them.
That would probably make sense.
Good point, Destiny.
Yeah.
Yes, Sandy, great minds.
And I got this shot. Okay, so there's been a couple of times like somebody's been talking to somebody and they don't answer, and so you automatically know that something is going on. It's like when Carol was talking to Ezekiel at the Commonwealth.
Yes.
And she's in the bakery and she's asking him if he wants like some sort of pastry or whatever, and he doesn't answer. And then all of a sudden he's gone.
Right.
And this was kind of that same type of feel.
Okay.
So, and also because it looked like Daryl was winking, and I wanted Destiny and Regina to feel like he was winking at them.
And just so the group knows, I'm not on board with this. So he needs to go back home to Connie. Just so I won't say it too many times.
Somebody said hey to J-Bone, but I don't see J-Bone on the comments. So I'm hoping that that he will comment. Mm-hmm. Oh, there he is. Okay, now I see him.
I don't.
All right. All right, and this is the other part that I didn't understand. I didn't get why Cadrone didn't kill them.
Well, I was confused at first until I started talking to people like you and Dawn and everybody. Dawn was saying that there was a part in the episode, which I didn't remember, that he had taken an oath when they got their tattoos not to kill children.
Right.
So once Laurent said, God loves you, something struck in him. And I said, but why would he kill his own men? And she made a point that it's really not his men, that the lady, I forgot her name, Janae, grouped him with these guys. So it wasn't really his men. But the whole point of not killing Daryl confuses me too.
That's the part that I'm confused about, was why didn't he kill Daryl? I mean, he doesn't have any, it's like Negan. Negan had a rule. You don't mess with women and you don't kill kids. You don't fuck around with kids either. And so it's kind of like that same, set of rules that the bad guys have for whatever reason.
So Sandy said she's read a lot online about why he didn't kill. Well, we know why he didn't kill the kid, but can you answer that one for us, Sandy? Why he didn't kill Daryl?
Yeah, we get that he couldn't kill Laurent. Pamela said he didn't kill Daryl because the kid needs him.
Okay, more will reveal in season 2.
Yeah,
but yeah, Destiny, I got the same vibe too of the governor killing all his people.
Mm-hmm.
When I said that, Dawn was like, it's not his people. Janae just gave him those people to go on this, mission with.
Right.
So, but
Okay.
yeah, that was a little, the whole thing was confusing for me.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell just happened?
So I don't know if you guys got this, but this was kind of what it reminded me of when they were torching the truck, because Cadrone said to torch it because it could be easily traced.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the fire, and they're walking away, and they turn back, and they're staring at it, and they're walking away. And I know it probably wasn't a callback, but it just reminded me of the scene with Beth
No,
and
that's
Daryl.
what it's all about. That's great. I never would have thought of that one either.
That's just what it reminded me of, and I was like, okay, all right,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And then the bottom picture there is when they finally see the nest.
Oh, it makes me want to watch that all over again.
That was a great episode, huh? Makes me want to drink peach schnapps.
And Pamela thought about
either one.
Pamela thought about Daryl lighting up the lake.
Okay.
Good one.
All right. So then we have the nest. And wow.
I know. It's a painting.
I mean, what a place to film.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Sandy. It makes me want to research it too. I mean, that's just absolutely nuts.
Yeah. And like they were saying on their panel with Greg Nicotero and David Zabel, that they were surprised. David was saying that they were surprised they got into some of the places they were able to and film there.
Right. And didn't he say that he tried to use the Walking Dead card, and the people were like, we don't care about that.
Right. They were excited for something new and different.
Yeah.
But yeah. To get into the places, they were surprised that they could actually film where they were allowed to film. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty awesome to hear.
Jennifer Dobbs says that her daughter has been there and it's gorgeous.
Well,
I'm
sure it is.
I don't doubt it. So I thought I also have a question about this too. I had a problem with this scene. So if there's all those people at the nest, why did the Abbey have to wait for Daryl to get him to the nest? Because obviously Janae and her people don't know where the nest is. That we've been told that. But they have so many people there. You're drawing a blank?
No, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Oh, Kiki thought the same thing. Yes. Thank you.
Well, it's like when they first asked Daryl, it's like, why couldn't they do it? They're not inexperienced fighters.
Right. I mean, the nuns were killer nuns, according to Daryl.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I always think I missed something with those kind of points and questions. Like you said, there's so many people there. They've got so many people over there who are obviously great fighters. They had that whole community of children. And maybe that's why all the children are alive, because they don't kill children, but Carol does. So once Carol comes, all the children die. But I don't know. I good question.
Yeah. Pamela said the priest had met Laurent before. He could have taken him then.
Yep.
So I don't know. I didn't understand that at all. I don't know. And it's been 11 years. So, these people can fight.
Yep. I mean, they survived that long. I don't know.
They have to have some sort of, but we know that they obviously need help with target practice, because Daryl is teaching them how to do target practice during this episode.
Yeah.
So maybe that was it, that they didn't know how to fight and they needed somebody to train them. I don't know.
Carol's packing cookies on the boat.
I bet she is.
Acorn and beets.
Right. That can't be good.
I want to try it.
I do want to try it. I'm interested. It's kind of like that sandwich in Breakfast Club that Ali Sheedy makes. I want to try that sandwich. And I can't be the only one. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
That's another beautiful shot. So
there's that tapestry you were talking about, Barb.
Yeah, I know how Carol likes her artwork on the back walls and stuff. So she had me looking, even though I do look at the background, I just don't pay attention to the artwork. but that didn't look like artwork to me. It looked like some kind of like a Commonwealth sign. Not that it was a Commonwealth sign, but that's what it looked like to me instead of just the painting, like it represents something, and I couldn't tell. So you couldn't zoom into it.
I couldn't zoom in to get a good shot of it. Samara says, yes, Samara, acorns are tasty, and dandelions do make good jelly. I've had her dandelion jelly. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I thought this was cute that Daryl slept. I'm guessing that was Daryl's pallet next to her on the floor.
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing. See? Look at that look. Tell me that man doesn't have some sort of something going on in his brain.
Yeah, I know he has something going on, but he doesn't need to have something going on.
He's got Connie at home.
He's got too many. I'm telling you, for this episode, he's got more showers and more romantic looks than he has for 12 years.
Daryl boy is finally getting some action.
It's like, oh yeah, after Leah broke his cherry, it was like, come on now. Now he's all over Connie. Now he's got Izzy. What the hell?
I know.
He's got a side piece, Carol.
Hey, I wouldn't be angry with that one either.
No, that's better than I don't know. I just thrown him into a new character, even though I like her. It's nothing against her. It's just like, when she had the scar and I'm screaming, no, stop, go away. You got Connie.
Yeah. We're a little protective of Connie, huh?
Big head, no thoughts.
Yeah.
She referring to Daryl?
Yeah. Yeah, he's big bald head.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So this was cute with the priest talking to Daryl.
Mm-hmm. No slurping soup at this dinner.
No, he did not. He behaved rather well. And he even toasts Izzy from across the table.
Of course he did.
Oh, cute. Oh, how sweet. No. Laurent and Daryl in the top corner there playing and joking around with each other and bonding, which makes me a little nervous because that just means that he's getting closer and closer to Laurent. And you don't know that I like that. I want him home.
Well, when you said that just now, that he's getting closer and closer to Laurent, I think he was already at that point when he had that dream, when he fell through the thing and he was knocked out for a while.
Yeah.
I think that his strong connection came from that dream.
Yeah.
So that's just my thought.
Now we get to the bow chicka wow wow.
Let me do the Daryl arm.
Samara says, when people bond, people perish.
Bye-bye, Izzy. No.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Does anyone else get
Daryl death vibes?
Destiny's just wishful thinking.
No, I got no Daryl vibes with anybody but Connie.
That's right. So Izzy is just sitting there all nonchalant and innocent at her little chair, and she's got her little wash basin and the sponge, and miraculously Daryl shows up and she goes, oh, I can't reach my back.
And you notice he's got more smiles in this
I know, he's actually
episode.
smiling. Yes. And
more expression.
And that's because he's looking at her half naked. A quarter naked. She's trying to seduce my boo. She needs to stop.
What did I say earlier when you and I were talking? I'm like, you can't like her. She got crooked teeth.
Right. And I'm like, hey, I got crooked teeth too. Oh, see, Kiki wants him home too. Thank you, Kiki. I do want him home. So come on. She really can't reach her back. Whatever, Sandy.
Watch.
Yeah. She wasn't shot in the left shoulder, or she wasn't stabbed in the left shoulder. Yes. I mean, she's showing her shoulders. Oh my goodness.
I have to say though, those suspenders are growing on me.
The Daryl suspenders?
Yes.
See, every time I see the suspenders, it reminds me of Herschel, and I'm not mad at it. So I'm okay with that. I like the suspenders. So this guy, I don't know. What do we think? Good guy, bad guy?
Oh yeah, I think he's a good one.
Good guy. I mean, how can you be a bad guy when you wear a purple suit like that?
Right. Plus, he's from New Jersey. Come on now.
He's from New Jersey.
That's right. Hoboken, New Jersey.
Hoboken. Jennifer likes this guy.
Yeah. And it's weird because I know this is going to be short-lived, but it was very short-lived thought of like, oh my God, Glenn, but no.
Yeah.
He gave me the vibes of Glenn.
Right.
Sandy thinks he's
Lord.
the key to the future.
Janae. Sandy says she thinks he's the key to the future.
Yeah, that's what
she said. I mean, he could be. We don't know. I mean, he's made it through 11 years.
Yep.
Destiny says it reminds me of Ezekiel in the kingdom. That's quite possible.
Yep.
All right. Janae. I really don't like this chick.
Now, Dawn said he is the scariest one yet.
Janae?
Yeah.
She's a tyrant.
Yeah. Dawn's opinion was very strong on how she wanted to express that out of all the villains, she was the scariest. She does a great job, and she would love to know her backstory, even though we only got a little taste of that when she was talking to Quinn about working at an art gallery as a security guard.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Dawn said she is the worst one yet. Like an excellent villain, basically, but the scariest one yet.
Yeah, because she is a tyrant. She is a true tyrant. I just think that I think Destiny, you're right. I think she is going to be one of those. She's going to be the character that Carol is going to take down.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I have to agree with Dawn though, that her facial expressions, like I wasn't afraid of anybody else. Because even Alpha with the baby, you know, her facial expressions, but with this one and the baby, I thought that baby was gone.
Yeah.
So that I've never been threatened by one of our villains before, but yeah.
Yeah, I did too. I thought she was going to do something to the baby. Alpha didn't do anything to the baby. She just told the mom to put the baby down.
Yeah.
You know, but I thought Janae was actually going to do something with her own hands to that baby.
So did I.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I don't think I've ever been threatened by any of our villains before. Like, our group's got this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I am worried about her. I think we may lose some. Once we get invested in some of these characters, I think we're going to lose some of them to her before it's all over.
Yeah, she does play a great villain. That was what Dawn was saying. She plays a great villain. Jennifer said it too.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we have the Pamela move with the hand on the face.
It's another callback.
Yeah. Love these strong, tyrannical women who feel the need to put their hands on men in a seductive way, knowing that they're just going to lure them into their web like a spider.
Yep, exactly.
You know, all know how much I love spiders. There's the vest. There's the character, the vest itself. And he keeps looking at it. You know, he keeps.
I'm wondering if he's like, oh, I'm just, this is who he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought so too, Kiki.
Yeah, I thought she was going to kill Cadrone for sure. Now, this scene bothered me, and I don't know if it bothered anybody else. And I feel like that I've been saying that all night, but I really did enjoy this episode, I promise.
Oh, I did too.
But this scene bothered me because she knew all along that his goal was to get home. And then she spends 5 minutes here in this scene trying to convince him that she thought that he would change his mind. Come on. When somebody tells you who they are and what they want, you don't have any right to question that.
Right.
You know? So it just bothered me that she tried to make him feel guilty for leaving. And it was like,
Sandy, I agree with Sandy. It was definitely an awkward conversation.
It was.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yes, Pam. She tried to guilty him about his father abandoning him, and she used that against him about him abandoning LaRon. Bitch, hitting my kid.
You know how many people he's abandoning back home right now that he needs to get back home too?
I mean, he literally has nieces and nephews that need him to come back.
I wanted her to stop talking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It was a rough conversation all around.
Yeah, this is why I'm trying to like her, but this is the kind of shit that I'm just like,
I can't. If it wasn't The Walking Dead prior, then maybe I would have liked her.
Yeah.
It's not like I hate the woman. It's just that it doesn't fit.
Right. It bothered me. I can't stand manipulation, and that was what it was, pure and simple.
Exactly. How dare she?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sandy's like, I'm talking to the computer answering you, all agreeing, right?
we can hear you, Sandy.
This is yeah, similar to Leah asking him to choose.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Bitches. Yeah. How dare they?
Just leave my boy alone, or just let him
He's looking for his brother, man.
He's got to go back because my man's come back. Come on now. I thought this.
Wait, go back to that one.
Okay.
You didn't even discuss anything there, did you?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. No. Right. He's packing his shit. He stole a couple of loaves of bread.
Okay.
And
she's still yapping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get your bread and go home. This was cute. This was a total Daryl move because she guilted him that he was leaving Laurent. So he went to say goodbye. Laurent was asleep and he left him his Rubik's Cube. That was cute. It's a very, very Daryl move. All right. So I know we were talking about with the Patreons earlier, and if everybody in the comments that are watching, if you guys watch this episode, if you watch the first episode as well, you will notice that the same music is playing during this part that was playing in the first episode when we first see Daryl all by himself walking across that bridge and up on the cliffs and stuff like that. That kind of last man on earth kind of feel to it. And that's really hard because you can feel the loneliness that Daryl's experiencing, which I think is wonderful. And it's a tribute to the writers and the film crew. And of course, Norman Reedus, the way that they did these scenes is it's very sad.
Do we know the song or is it just music?
I don't know. It's just some music. I don't know what it is. I haven't looked, but it's kind of a very sad, heartbreaking music. There you go, Barb.
Yeah. He was in the wheat, and that reminded me of the Lonely Walker. I call it wheat. I don't know if that's wheat. Weeds, whatever.
I don't know what it was.
But there was two moments like that. That one and then another one that just reminded me of the Lonely Walker. Instantly. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
See, Sandy? She's like, Lonely Walker, wow.
Lonely Walker always shows up, doesn't it? We have had that call back a couple of times.
And like, who was it in the chat beforehand was saying, since it's the last episode, it was, well, not that was the first episode, but that was pretty cool how early on that Lonely Walker came in. But like I said, there were two moments like that. As soon as he went through that wheat field, he went through another one, but it wasn't like that. But it was more open like the Lonely Walker. But that's the one that just blew me away.
Yeah. I know, Samara, something about a Lonely Walker is really upsetting. It's very sad. He's like, he doesn't have any friends.
Yeah, like Dawn said, she wants to know his backstory.
I think the Lonely Walker, I think Dawn is onto something. I think the Lonely Walker's backstory and Tales of the Walking Dead would be phenomenal.
It'd be cool to have some of the main ones, even like the Well Walker.
Yeah.
Like what were their backstories prior to their fate? That's interesting.
Yeah. There it is, Barb. There's that picture you were talking about. That other field that he's walking through.
Yeah.
The one on the left
Mm-hmm.
with the shorter grass.
And there was a moment in there, I think we were talking to the Patreons beforehand about there was a scene where Daryl stops and looks at the walker in the tree. Do you have that picture to talk about later or no?
What's that?
The walker that was stuck to the tree?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, then I'll talk about it then. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Jennifer agrees. She wishes for Tails would have done the Lonely Walker. Me too. Sorry, Kitty, that my hair is not your toy. Sorry. See, hi.
Sandy. Well, Walker was a fat beer drinking loser.
He was in a bar with Tony and what's the other guy's name? Dave.
Dave and Tony. That's hilarious. Yep.
Yeah.
This is Dawn's callbacks. When she saw Daryl by the fire, Dawn got the fire callbacks from mostly Michonne, but also we have Rick by the fire. So
right. And of course, I just had to throw a picture of Rick in there because that's
yeah. Like I said to Dawn, I said, I know he's in a building, but the building that Michonne was in, obviously Daryl's there at nighttime. Hers was all white.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never seen that one with the callback there. That was pretty cool. So good on Dawn.
There's the tree walker.
Yeah, that reminded me, like I was telling you earlier, about when he saw the walker in The Walking Dead, and he saw the bird taking the worm and then feeding its babies, and he was just like left it alone.
Yeah. So. I love this walker.
That is pretty cool.
It's one of my favorites for sure.
Actually, that screenshot you got there looks like a freaking painting too.
I know, it's cool. But just 11 years.
Yeah.
When did he get stuck?
Yeah.
There we go.
Uh-oh. The tear drinking moment.
So the flag, I think the flag is actually, I think the flag is still there in Normandy. I think the gravestones are CGI.
Really?
I think that's what they were saying in the thing that they did after the episode. I think they were saying something about the markers being CGI'd.
Hi, Dawn.
Well, hi, Dawn.
Popped in.
I see her.
That's interesting. I don't remember. I thought it was actually, I don't remember who said it again in one of the, maybe YouTube said that was there.
I don't know. I don't know, because I thought that they were there, but then watching that little blip of the stuff afterwards, I think they said something about them being CGI'd. So I'm really not sure.
Huh.
Yes, Sandy, we do know your opinion, and I have the same opinion about him finding his grandfather's marker out of thousands of markers.
Well, they showed you him running around and running around and running around and running around. He could have been there for like an hour.
Oh, Grandpa Bill.
I know.
There he is.
And what's funny is, when it first started, again, like the same thing with the first scene, I knew the story, but it just reminded me, okay, Carol was here. When he was running around looking, I'm going, oh my God, is he looking for Rick's name? I mean, that's what went through my mind, even though I knew. It's just like, is he looking for Rick's name? Oh yeah, his grandfather.
I would have cried.
Destiny thought the same thing. I'm not just the only one. Okay.
I would have shut the show down. I'd have not watched it ever again.
I mean, we know he's alive, but maybe he was looking for his name, like he's looking for the dead bodies. I'm like, is he looking for Rick's name? Oh yeah, the grandfather.
Yeah. All right. So this next slide I put together for Destiny, I think. There it is. There's Daryl Dixon crying. There he is, Destiny. There's your boo. He's boo-hooing. You're boo-boo-hooing. Say that 5 times fast. I just love it when Norman cries. Because he goes either from really ugly crying like he did with Merle to his subtle crying like this.
Yeah.
Like when he did with Rick on the bridge.
Yeah. So that bottom left picture.
Uh-huh.
You want to know exactly where that look is from? In the cellar with Maggie.
Oh, yes.
That is exactly the same look. Look at that, isn't it? When he's like, it was my fault.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's not. Wow, that is the exact same look.
That is the same look where he's biting his lip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty creepy.
Love you too.
So we see the boat out in the water. Daryl looks and he sees the boat. And he's kind of got that hopeful look in his eye again. And then all of a sudden, you know it can't be easy. Nothing can ever be easy.
No, why should it be? They're sleeping. They're dormant. I thought they were supposed to be more advanced, but they're still dormant and in the grass.
And then lo and behold,
Yeah.
we get some walkers.
Yeah, Carol's on the boat. We know that.
Yeah, Samara.
She better be on the boat.
Right? And Daryl starts killing walkers. So
I
that
don't
he can,
like that weapon. What do you think about that weapon? I don't think it's as accurate as like a sword or a machete.
yeah.
It's
But
like
I mean,
loose.
I mean, anything in Daryl's hands.
Well, yeah, an
Yeah.
icicle. He used an icicle.
Yeah, you know.
But it's like the slingshot. Like, really? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
It just looks like it would defeat you sometimes.
Sometimes. But I think that
Daryl.
he would get really tired very quickly because he's constantly having to swing it and whack, you know.
Right.
He's got to get that momentum to be
I
able
wish-
to do it. Destiny. I wish I was in Daryl's hands. He'd
Yeah.
play you like an instrument, Destiny.
But you're right. Any instrument you give him, absolutely. But there are some tools in this Walking Dead that I just don't get.
Right. Yeah.
It's like when Rosita went out when she lost Sadiq and she had like the knuckle thing on it with her blades were like this big. I'm like, how are you going to get into their brain with that?
I don't know.
Some of the weapons just drive me crazy. I blew up Carol's mind.
So, Barb.
Okay. First of all, Dawn, I'm going to say this for you. If you're still in the comments, she wants to punch Laurent. Okay. She said that, first of all, where Daryl had to get to, he had a map. He had a long ways to go. He went through a lot of shit. This kid doesn't know how to fight walkers, and he doesn't know how to track. And she goes, what the hell is he doing out there by himself? I just want to punch him.
Right.
So that's Dawn's thought. I went a little bit deeper and further and said, because of Daryl's emotions towards this kid and everything, I don't think he's really there. I think Daryl's thinking about it. Not like a dream or anything. I just think he's envisioning what he should do if Laurent was standing there. I don't think Laurent's standing there.
I love that.
I could be wrong, like I usually am, but I don't think he's standing there. I think his thoughts are so deep in what he should do. He's picturing Laurent up there because, like Dawn said, there's no way
Yeah.
that he went as far as Daryl did. Daryl had a map. He doesn't. He doesn't know how to fight walkers.
Mhm.
And, I don't think Laurent is there.
Yeah.
And then you see the walkers going towards him, and I could just picture, because he's the Messiah, the walker's not bothering him. But I don't think he's there. Look at Daryl's look. I think it's deeper than that. I don't think he's there. And I know The Walking Dead does shit like that.
Right. I mean, Daryl's kind of looking back pensively like, what do I do?
Right.
And I love that theory.
Thank you.
I think that's wonderful. That's why I have the little image there of my mind being blown.
Yeah. I love that little picture.
And there he is all by himself on the beach of Normandy. I did like the fact, and I think that this is real, that you can still see the boats under the sand from World War II.
Right.
And I'm kind of obsessed a little bit with World War II and all of that. And I love that you can still see them. And I really, in my heart, I'm hoping that that is really something that's real, that the boats are still there buried under the sand like that.
Yep. Very cool.
All right, you ready? Because this is when everybody started losing their shit.
Yay! Look, it's Daryl in 20 years.
Right? Sorry, Destiny. He looks like an armpit with eyes. So I know I've asked a couple people, Barb, when did you know that it was Carol?
Oh, the minute that I saw the car.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Eliza was the same way. And I didn't have a chance to ask Dawn. I don't know when she knew it was Carol, because I knew it as soon as this shot on the right, when they showed the car behind him.
Yeah.
I knew it. And I was screaming at the TV. I was excited. I was bouncing up and down. I just knew that it was going to be her. And I mean, what else kind of car are you going to expect Carol to drive except for a Mustang? Hello.
Exactly.
You know. Yes.
But it's Nancy from Montclair.
But it's Nancy from Montclair. So there's the boots, Pamela. There they are. And I think that's the moment when a lot of people knew that it was her, when the boots came out, because everybody was looking for female or male. They were trying to be able to decipher what was going to come out of that car. And there she is.
And badass jacket she's got on too.
Yeah.
I like the new look.
Yeah, I do too. A lot.
Yeah, a lot of people thought we were going to say Nancy from Montclair. Destiny did.
Yeah, I know. So there you go. Nancy from Montclair.
I was like, woohoo!
There it is. There she is. Nancy from Montclair. It even shows it on the slide.
And of course, she's got something hidden in her jacket as usual.
You know, she does. God, she's so badass. Samara's sad that she cut her hair again. Well, we don't know what's been going on.
It kind of looks the same as when she was saying goodbye to Daryl, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think she cut her hair. Didn't she cut her hair at the end of 11? Or was it still long?
No, it was at the end of 11.
Yeah.
And that's like, Destiny said it's Randall, but it's Randall in 20 years. Randall in the trunk. Good old Carol back to her tricks.
Yep.
What did she say to him? If you're wrong, I won't be back.
She said, "You'll know I found out you were lying when I don't come back."
And when did she learn to drive a motorcycle? Really?
I know, right? Every time I've ever seen her on a bike, she's always been riding on the back with Daryl. So, I mean, she must have picked it up somehow.
Damn.
I don't know. You learn quick.
I love that we're going to see her journey to go to Daryl, the book of Carol. I mean, that's pretty cool.
So I'm going to play Eliza's video, her response video. So you guys listen up.
Sorry I couldn't be with you tonight. Just a couple of thoughts on the season finale of the episode. It was probably by far the best episode. I love the interaction between Daryl and Izzy, kind of a reflection back to when she first met him and was tending to his wounds, and I was kind of hoping for a kiss or something. It was definitely setting it up for that. Definitely there's a connection there, but I think with Daryl, he connects to certain women on a certain level, but there's just that wall of being too close to anyone. The last scene with the series was Laurent standing up on the rock and hollering for Daryl. It was pretty moving because you saw him. He was there. He was so close to the boat and be able to get out of there, and just shows he does care for the kid, and he is going to go back. As far as Carol goes, wow. I loved seeing our Carol back. I knew immediately when that car started hauling ass up on that motorcycle, I knew that was Carol. But here's my thoughts on that. I blame AMC for my knowing that was Carol, just like I did when they brought Madison back to Fear. The leaked images of her filming in France with Norman Reedus, and them, kind of confirming that she was going to be coming in. It just kind of blows the shock value. They dropped that ball so badly on Fear when they brought Madison or Kim Dickens on Talking Dead, and she told that she was coming back. Could have been an amazing wow factor. And the same, had we had zero knowledge or zero confirmation that Melissa was indeed filming in France. What a wow factor. What a ratings boost that would have been for AMC and The Walking Dead. So I really hate that photos got out. But I love the fact that she's back and she's badass as ever and on his motorcycle. And I can't wait to see what happens in the next season. Love you guys. See you next week.
And there you have it.
And there you have it. Yes, it was probably, like I said, I got more into this series than I did Dead City.
Yeah.
For sure. Because it was, definitely different for me.
So are we going to play some trivia, Barb?
Oh, you would like some trivia?
Yes.
You
You guys ready in the comments? Play a game.
got my picture?
Let's see. I think I do.
Ooh, He's the Lonely Walker. I love it.
He's so lonely.
Jennifer's ready. Everybody else ready?
Come on, everybody ready?
All right. So these questions are all from the Daryl Dixon show. And if we go back, I don't know if everybody can see. You can pull that picture down.
Mm-hmm.
These are something I actually won in an auction for a charity, and they're little Christmas ornaments or whatever, little light bulbs. And inside this one is a little Negan bat. So I thought these were cute. Christmas is coming up. These would be cute little prizes. So for this one, question number 1, episode 3 of Daryl Dixon. What headstone does Daryl notice in the graveyard and explains to the group?
What episode is it?
Episode 3. They're
Edward's got it.
Edward got it.
Good job, Edward.
That was Jim Morrison. All right. I like these little things. Like I said, I won these at a little charity auction, and I'm giving back. So, question number 2 is we got this one, another little Christmas ornament, and inside this one is an actual piece of the windmill, a little tiny piece in there, and also in it, which you probably can't see, is a piece of the wall. And I want to say Cindy made these, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, a little piece of the windmill and a little piece of the wall from Alexandria. Question number 2. When the scientist was experimenting on the walkers in the lab and the walker's head exploded, how long did the scientist say it took for his head to explode?
I know. Anyone?
Well, we're on the right track with seconds, but
Pam's got it.
yep, Pamela's got it. 18 seconds. Good job, people. Good job. And the last ornament we have of the night is dedicated to little Daryl. It is filled with snow. And on the little hook here, we've got some Daryl wings. It's a little charm of Daryl wings. So we've got snow or angel dust or whatever you want to call it, and angel wings. I didn't know. I just guessed. That's funny.
All right.
Okay. This one's going to be a quick one. Whoever gets it first, give me the exact date of the premiere episode of Daryl Dixon. The premiere date of the very first episode of Daryl Dixon. Everybody's Googling.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Barb will keep you on your toes.
5, 4. Nope.
Close, Pam.
Oh, Destiny got it. I think, right? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
September 10th. Destiny got it. She got the Daryl wings. How cute.
Oh, of course you did.
Destiny. Good job, people. Those are my 3 questions.
Nice.
All right. So Carol,
Hmm.
um, this is going to be our last episode on the camp page because you tell them why. Because
Because the camp is gearing up to start doing more announcements for guests and more plans. And I don't know if you guys noticed the party announcement with I can't think of
the pool party.
pool party. Yeah, the Caribbean pool party.
Yep.
That's going to be, I think it's Friday night. Anyway, so they're starting to gear things up and the camp is starting to get announcements and stuff. And we don't want to bog down their Facebook. Thank you, Kiki. It's with Nelson. They don't want to bog things up on their page with all of our stuff. And so we're going to be now transitioning back over to our own main page. And I know most of you are on our main page. And if not, we are going to post up a slide here. I'll show you where you can find us. This is where we are. We have a main page for our podcast, and then we have a group page, which is where all of our games and stuff like that are posted. Barb and Dawn are the ones that do all of the games on our page, and it's a lot of fun. And you can win prizes.
Mm-hmm. And I'd say if anybody's watching that, if they can't read it because it's small on my phone, I know that, just screenshot it, zoom in if you don't have it already, and join us definitely on that podcast page.
And even if you can see it, but you're old like me, you may want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not wearing my glasses, I can't see it.
Yeah, I would definitely screenshot that
Mm-hmm.
if you're not already on the podcast page. But yeah, we're going to stop after tonight. We're not going to stop the podcast, but we're going to stop on the camp page as of tonight. And we're probably going to resume, as I'm not mistaken, you said, for the Michonne and Rick series.
I think it's on the Michonne and Rick's. I think that's when we're going to be coming back. Yes, Samara, my font on my phone is massive and I am blind. You are not lying.
Yeah, because we got Fear coming up on the 22nd, and we'd love to talk about that. So, we're going to obviously still continue, but it just won't be on that page.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll make enough announcements. Carol's good with her graphics and stuff and make enough announcements too. So
Right. And you can also find us on Spotify and Instagram and YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Those pages are all listed on there as well. You want to tell them about Judy?
Dawn knows a lot more, but Judy from the Farrell House was October 23rd. She's going to be on.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dawn knows a lot more about it. She's her contact. So, but the Farrell House is going to be doing I guess it's a raffle for people to stay in the Farrell House.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're still working on it. So any donations to them would also be welcomed, but she'll be on the 23rd.
And Kiki just asked, where do I go on Facebook for the podcast? Kiki, I will send you a message directly on Facebook with the link. And if anybody else can't read that and they want me to send them a link, just message me directly. It's Carol Jameson. And you'll be able to just find us, and I'll get you guys directed to the right place for sure.
Yeah. And like I said, the screenshot for me would always work. I would just screenshot that and enlarge it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would do if I couldn't read it.
Okay.
But like Carol said, all the contacts are on there.
Mm-hmm.
We have this. What?
Why does somebody want to be a Patreon, Bart? Yeah. Why do they want to be a Patreon?
Because you get all kinds of cool stuff. Every month we do a drawing for the Patreons. They get a prize for supporting us. All the money that goes into it goes back to you guys, goes back to the donations. You get to spend some time with us before the show and discuss things. There's many, many, many reasons. So join us. What?
Maria said, slide right into her box, baby. You know I will, Maria.
This week we have me and Dawn and Destiny and Nissa, Oscar and Casey, and a bunch of us will be at Scarefest. And we've got, I don't know, some guy like Savini or something that you're, but we also got Greg Nicotero.
Wow.
We've got David Morrissey. We've got Chad Coleman and Emily Kinney, I think is going to be there.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So, and Richard Dreyfuss. from
That's pretty
Jaws.
cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. And I was seeing one of the Osborns. The son's going to be there too. That's pretty interesting.
Jack Osborne is going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing this week. And then the week after, what are you doing, Carol?
The week after, Aliza and I will be in Sonoy for Camp Cares. And we are going to be helping Marianne and Casey and Oscar and all of the wonderful volunteers so that we can get some jackets to some of the homeless and hopefully keep them warm during the winter months. So that'll be fun as well. So I'm super excited about that. I wish I was going to Scarefest, of course, but
yeah, and like I said, I was going to go to the camp, but it was just a lot going on for the month of October for me, so I had to cut out 2 of my events this month.
Well, I mean, you and Dawn will be repping us up in Scarefest, and me and Aliza will be repping us over at Camp Cares. So, you know, sometimes we have to go to France to get back home. That's all I'm saying.
Well, guys, thanks for joining us. And like I said, anybody reach out to, Carol for sure, or any of us. If you can't find Carol Jameson, you've got Aliza Jones, you've got Dawn Barker, and you've got Barbara Katz to find us on the podcast page. So go ahead, Carol.
Well, we would like to thank our Patreons and financial supporters of our show. It's Destiny Larimore, Terry and Kay Collier, Sandy Morrison, Lauren Perkins, Ben and Melissa Gilbert, Pamela Blythe, Marianne Craig, and Dustin Baker. And of course, a very special thanks to our Camp Mommy and Poppy, Oscar and Casey. For without them, none of this could have been possible. So, yeah, we love them.
And sorry for you guys missing Aliza and Dawn, but they miss you too. So we'll be all together next week. And thanks for bearing with us tonight.
Thanks, guys. We love you. See you next week. Don't forget, go to our podcast page. All right. Bye.
Bye.